We are building the missing operators game from the YByte curriculum. We are at a point where we have three numbers available, and like we discussed, we need now to create two operators. Obviously, we want to create these operators randomly, but we are going to put a small little restriction here that we are going to use them. We are going to limit our operators for now only to plus and minus because we want to keep them of the same precedence. We'll come back to this point a little bit later. But since we need two operators, let me just create two random numbers this time instead of OP. Previously, I'm just going to create two random numbers OP1, and I'm just going to say random dot rand int 0 1. Notice this is intentional because I'm doing only addition or subtraction. Similarly, I create one more OP2, which is random dot rand int 0 say 1. Once again, both of these operators are only addition or subtraction. Now, given this, we can write a condition, a bunch of conditions like we had done earlier. So I'm going to say if, for example, OP1 is equal to 0, that means we want the first operator to be addition. So I can go and say RHS is equal to num1 plus num2. If say if OP1 is equal to 1, then I can go and say RHS is equal to num1 minus num2. Then once OP1 has been, once the first part of the right hand side has been formed, we can look at OP2. So I say if OP2 is equal to 0, then that means the second operator is also an addition. This time round, I'm just going to do some kind of change to the RHS value. So I just go and write RHS equals to RHS plus say num3, because remember this is between number 2 and number 3. So we've computed the partial value, which is by num1 plus num2 or num1 minus num2. Now we go and add, let's say, num1 plus num2 plus num3 or num1 plus num2. So do it slowly because we must get the right variables in place. RHS is equal to say RHS minus num3. Now with this done, in fact my code is now ready to play a 3-player game because now I'm randomly forming this RHS. The only thing I need to do is to kind of just repeat this whole question once again and adjust this a little bit. So let's do that now. So I come in here and I say, all right, look, can you please tell me the missing operators? Remember I was creating two empty prints from here, so that's going to help me here. My missing operators now are going to be for now at least, unless I expand this game, it's going to be just plus plus, say plus minus, say minus plus, or minus minus, because that's all I'm considering right now. And with this, in fact, my game is kind of complete, but I need to extend this statement because remember it's going to be number 1 dash number 2 dash number 3 is equal to RHS. So I just need to add over here, I have to be a little bit careful here. So one more of these dashes. So I just go and put that here, plus str of num3. The logic is something we've seen before, and it's exactly the same. So I do this, and in fact, my question is now going to get asked. We can see this working. In case you want to see this in a bit more straightforward, let's say in a single line, notice this is just a mega join apple banana statement because we want to create a single string out of all this so that the input command can keep working. And with this, in fact, we are ready. If we look at this, let's say first number is 12, next number is say 45. So first question asks is 12. So this is a minus. Now the question that is asked to us is 12, something 45, something 62. Is minus 95. So of course right now we can answer anything because nothing is going to be determined. But I noticed that notice this is looking a bit cramped, and I can fix that by just going and let's say adding an extra space on both sides. So when I run this now, it's going to be nicely formatted. So I said 12. Oops. Okay. So sorry. So when I run this again, it says give me a number. I say for example 23. Say 54. 23 times 54 has to be 12452. Now can you tell me the missing operators? So I say okay, 23 dash 54 and say 27. So whatever it is, I think it's probably it's probably 23 plus 54 Yeah, it's I think plus and minus. Okay, but doesn't matter right now. Now you may think that this is appearing a little bit cramped, so if you want, you can give an extra space over here by just adding a \n to both the print statements. So let's do that once. So here, if I go in and say, for example, a \n, now notice this \n is now part of the print statement, which means it's going to get printed, and we are going to get an extra space created here. And likewise, I can go and create an extra space over here. So that may make the screen a little bit more uncluttered. So let's say if I run this now, let's say 12, say 32. So notice there's a gap now between these two, makes it a bit easier to read. So this has to be multiply. Can you tell me the missing operators now? It's formed the question for me. In this case, it's going to be, so 12 plus 12 minus 32 is minus 20, plus 6 is 26. Plus 26 is 6, so it's minus and plus. So you can answer this minus and plus. Obviously, it doesn't matter right now. But you see how now my game suddenly, from being a two-operator game, from a single operator, two-number game has gone to a bit more complicated stuff. And you can keep on building this, obviously, if you want to add more operators. But like I said, right now I'm limiting this to only plus and minus, because we are, we haven't, if we expand this, we'll have to worry about the operator precedence, as we talk about in just a while. I hope this was fun to you. Again, if you think this resonates with you, learning with activities, do look at our website and get in touch with us. Take care. Thank you so much.